Good afternoon, guys. For a whole year, Chang'an and Huawei have been tormenting us with hints. They even rented empty premises in shopping centers and put there some incomprehensible silhouette of a car in the form of cardboard, sat down a manager, and he took blind pre-orders. We finally got to see it. Looking ahead, I will say that it definitely made all its competitors sweat. Today on review is a new sporty crossover AVATR 1.1. So, in front of you is a purely electric mid-size crossover with 580 horsepower on all-wheel drive and an acceleration of 3 and 9 seconds to 100. It drives itself, parks itself, and has an extraordinary design both inside and outside. Conditionally, the car can be divided into two configurations. For the version with a battery for 90 kilowatt hours, the company asks 370,000 yuan. And for the top version with a battery, for as much as 116 kilowatt hours, ask 410,000 yuan. Both front and rear multi-lever. Ground clearance is 17 centimeters and, unfortunately, it is not adjustable in height. There's no air suspension. Guys, pay attention. The battery is 116 kilowatt hours, and they boast that in 10 minutes you can charge it up to 40%. Guys, huge wheels, 265 by 40, R22, Brembo brakes, ventilated disc brakes all around. There's a built-in DVR, both external and internal, 128 gigs, and 21 sensors, 3 of them LiDAR. 1 and 2 more on the sides. There are 3 ways to get into the car: a key fob, a smartphone app, and a plastic card applied to the door pillars. Recessed handles for aerodynamics. Good material, it's leatherette, but good, not cheap leatherette. It's the same material here, and it's the same here. It's a granny cloth, like the BMW iX. I don't understand that. It does look a bit better though. The iX was so cheap. Here it's so nice to the touch, but it's still a fabric. It's even plastic. Plastic. It's also plastic. Guys, it's one pane of glass, but it's thick. Massage, ventilation, heated all 4 seats. Napa leather seats. This is the leatherette part. The inside is covered fabric, has charging ports. Here's the leatherette, natural stitching. This is all leatherette. There's a piece of Alcantara here. On the back, too. Here. Cool. They finally made it matte here. Not glossy, it's matte, and it's so, you know, slightly kind of rubberized, but very slightly nice touch. It's nice so tight everything works. Glove compartment on the button, and you can set a password. The big one is covered with fabric. Seat adjustment. Hello, Mercedes. The door opens with a double push. If the button doesn't work, there is a hidden one inside. Music from Pioneer they have, 14 speakers. It's all a matter of taste and color, but in my humble opinion, this burgundy and blue interior, I think is more interesting. Let's continue with this car for a change. It's all the same. The trim is the same. Nothing squeaks here. Single pane of glass. The rear doors also have a door closer. 187 centimeters tall, sat behind myself, in front of my knee, 2 fists, fist above my head, sporty rear row, 2 bucket seats, awesome backrest recline, very comfortable to sit in. There won't be enough room for 2 hands. I would like some softer material here. It's upholstered, of course, yes, it's leatherette, and it's not very stiff, but I'd like it to be softer. A place for charging a cell phone, hot buttons, seat controls, massage, ventilation, heating. There's an armrest. It's quite deep. It's got fabric inside. There's also a niche, and it's cloth covered inside. If desired, the backrest can be adjusted. Why so high? Why? Who would sit like that? Who would sit like that? Here we go, here we go. Okay, let's go. That's cool. This would be a little wider. Yeah, that's really cool. Everything in here is microfiber. The light bulb is touch sensitive, unfortunately. Hello again, Mercedes. The air is mechanical. I think the niches are a bit much. Look, there are 2 cup holders. Oh, good. By the way, here it rides like this. Next. And then there's one more niche. Look, what an interesting design solution. All this is also covered with soft leatherette. In the back, the passenger on the right can operate the right front seat. Guys, this is not a regular SUV. This is an SUV with a trunk like a sedan. It can be opened with a button, key fob, and an app on your phone. Look, there's not a lot of room. 394 liters. 394 liters isn't much, but it's a very high entry. You can easily put a suitcase in. Nice trim here. What's inside? Nothing, just a niche. For those who think the new Chinese car brands are tasteless, I have bad news for you. The Chinese don't draw cars. For NIO is drawn by a former Land Rover designer. For Zeekr is drawn by a former Bentley designer. BYD is drawn by a former Audi designer and the like. This is no exception here either. This car was drawn, however, not by a former, but by a current BMW designer. And basically there's a resemblance to the X6. What do you guys think? It's a mixed feeling, wouldn't you agree? It's a mixed feeling. It's for young people? I'm too old for it? I don't know. My eyes like it, but I don't want one for myself. I don't know. But it's cool. Look, it's really cool. It's for those in their 20s and 30s. Yeah, it's a fast car, it's a sporty car, it's fun to drive. That's what we've got. That's what it is. And then there's this. How about this? Look. 1, 2, 3. Why so complicated? Well, design. Okay, same thing. Yeah, same thing. Guys, the material is microfiber. Everything is covered in microfiber. There's a glass reinforcer in the middle here. A glass stiffener, like this. There's a camera. There's Face ID, I see. For the right knee, let's see how much room we've been given. I don't have enough. I need to sit up a little bit. I don't like to sit like that. I like to lie down in the car. But if I sit like that, well, that's fine. There's enough room for my knee. But if I lie down like I like, then I have to get closer to the steering wheel. And if I get closer to the steering wheel, all right, there's no room for the right knee. You got to take that into account, guys. I'm 187 tall. I think there are some people who like to lie down in the car as much as I do. So you'll keep that in mind. The main screen, Huawei, 15 inches, excellent color reproduction. I find it almost no retardation, but you need to hit clearly on the icons, on the buttons. Everything is like everyone else. There is a map. The map is slightly, yes, it is very difficult for me after gilevich.eng L9. I just never have anything slow there at all. It's not bad here, but not as fast as L9. Probably as fast as everybody else, because I've never seen faster than L9. Next, you can install your own apps. You can't install anything here, mind you. There's Chinese. There's no English yet as far as I can see. If there is, I'll correct myself. It's just not in this version, but maybe they're already making it in English. It happens, because this car was made for display a long time ago, yes. Further on. We've got pretty much everything here. Everything like everyone else. Interface design, agree, the shell is so serious it is not bad, good such a dark. Background, looks upscale, looks business, climate control unfortunately only on tablet, air control too. Yes, it works well, it's fast. Of course you can ask the voice assistant to make the air blowing stronger, weaker, change the temperature, the direction of the air. All this is completely done by the voice assistant here in general. It is not necessary to touch something, but you have to speak Chinese, because the voice assistant speaks only Chinese. Dashboard screen, 10 inches, also an interesting shell, agree. Everything is clear, well read. Unfortunately, there is no head-up display. For a passenger, the screen is small, 10 inches, and it would be desirable certainly here bigger. But the picture is very juicy. Good quality screen. Wireless charging for 2 phones. Height and reach adjustment starts with the tablet too. Ready? You can fit yourself in here. Look, this is the most space under the hood I've seen so far. That's cool. Let's say 2 words about the company. So what is AVATR? It's a collaboration between Changan and Huawei. Changan is the best-selling low-cost car brand in China. It's the local Chinese Toyota. And the techno-giant Huawei needs no introduction. Anyway, together they decided to enter the premium segment and created AVATR. So, let's talk about the most important things. We have 580 horses, 4-wheel drive, 3 and 9 seconds to 100. AVATR 11 is blowing up like a motherfucker. In sport mode, the gas pedal is very responsive. Suspension. I think the suspension was adjusted by a genius. Perfect weight distribution, steering is just perfect. The steering is very similar to the Tesla Model Y, and that's on merit. The Y has a really cool steering feel. That said, the AVATR will be softer. And a lot softer. I'm actually surprised. 20 wheels and it's so comfortable. That's cool. Front and rear, we have a multi-lever axle and a fairly large wheelbase. They've hung everything correctly, and this is the result. Noise insulation is 4 and a minus, the same as in BMW X3 and Audi Q5. Let's get on with the batteries. We're test driving a version with a 90 kilowatt-hour battery, 555 kilometers on the CLTC cycle. In reality, it'll be about 450, no more. The version with a battery of 116 kilowatt-hours is more interesting and will go real kilometers 600. In the summer, of course, in quiet city driving mode. The car, as for its size, is very heavy. The curb weight is 2,350 kilograms. It's 400 kilograms heavier than the Tesla Model Y, and that's its same size. And 300 kilograms heavier than the BMW X3. It has a braking distance of 34 meters. For this weight, that's a top result. Naturally, thanks to regeneration and Brembo. For those who like to drop the seat to the very bottom and make a fighter cockpit, good news. You can do that here. The seat goes down deep. I like the visibility too. You sit high enough, the side mirrors are the right size. It's an interesting decision, you know? They have hung on a sedan. It is a sedan, roughly speaking, by default. They have hung on a sedan 22nd wheels and raised it to the height of 1,600. You get almost the comfort and handling of a sedan. And after all, we all know very well, no SUV in the world will ever give the true enjoyment of comfort and handling that only a sedan can. Let's summarize. 409,000 yuan for the maximum configuration. That's about the price of a BMW X3 and an Audi Q5. And it took them both to school. It accelerates faster, brakes better, it has richer interior trim inside, better technology, there is autopilot, there is auto parking, huge wheels. So the Germans are no match, it's just kicking their ass. He's going to be fighting with Zeekr, I think, because the Zeekr is about the same specification. But I found the Zeekr's suspension a little bit more comfortable. That's what I noticed. Although if you raise the Zeekr to the maximum ground clearance so that it is equal to it in height, because the Zeekr has a height adjustable ground clearance, if you raise it, it will be about 1,600 in height, if I'm not mistaken, 1,590 something Zeekr. Zeekr will then, if you raise the suspension, it becomes stiff 100%. So it's probably not going to be more comfortable at the same height. But if you lower the Zeekr down, yes, it will be more comfortable. The Zeekr, I remember, I think also has a lifetime warranty on something in there. The motor, the battery, and all the electronics. This has a lifetime warranty on the whole car. Well, the Germans give 100,000 and in general, nobody buys them anymore. Guys, if you like the video, give it a bold like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to not miss new videos. I'm saying goodbye. Be well. See you all again.